Hey, have you ever wanted to use a royalty-free vocal for your track, but the vocal was sub 10 seconds long? In this video I'll show you a pretty efficient way to use a 6-second vocal from Splice to fill your whole track. So this is the vocal in question.
You're like a smooth operator, your moves, you make me lose in control, lose in control. You're like,
And it just repeats. So there's really not much to work with. It's literally like 6 seconds long, but I actually managed to make a whole track, and I'll be showing you the different methods I use, the different effects I use for the intro, the drop, and so on. So we're gonna start off with the intro. Okay, so for the intro, what I did is obviously I used vocal chops. Okay, so this is what it sounds like.
you're like a operator, your moves, lose operator, think it is.
Okay, of course, gonna want to turn the effects back on. What I have is some OTT, some reverb, and EQ, and that's just for the harsh frequencies. A sidechain, more reverb. I think one of them is controlled by an automation clip. I have a limiter, which I use for compression. Another EQ. This is controlled for the low end. I have a delay and a filter. For the bus, it's just a big fire from Jonas Aiden. Another reverb, shitload of reverbs, and another EQ. I'm not sure. I don't know what this is, but I guess it works. So what I've done here is use parts of the full vocal and used for the splicer to splice up the audio, you know, for the vocal chops. And I used a lot of reverb to get a nice soft intro to ease into the drop that will, or should be, hard hitting, considering this is a slap house track. Okay, so here we have a full vocal.
You make me lose in control.
And before that, you have some vocal chops here that I've rendered out. I think, yeah, because I pitched it up. I think I pitched the whole track up. Moved it up 3 semitones for whatever reason. And I had already done the vocal chops. But anyway, doesn't matter. This is what it sounds like.
You're like a operator, your moves, you make me lose in control, lose in control.
And this is just super, it's quiet and it's super distorted with a lot of reverb. Just, I don't know why I put it there. I guess it fits.
You make me lose, you're like a operator, your moves, lose operator, think it is. I'm losing control.
Okay, so for the build-up, I've made a cheeky melody out of the chops. So it's just basically these 3 sounds. And once you go to the controls here and press on note find pitch, you can see that I've messed around with the pitch of these notes. So as you see, this is, you can, if you look right here, you'll see the amount. So it's minus 200 cents, so minus 2 notes. So I've basically made a melody out of it. And we're gonna use this for the intro and the second part of the drop. So I filtered it out and put reverb on it because I want the drop to be a great contrast, having an illusion that it hits harder than it actually does. So here we have, you know, full vocals, and then a bit of the vocal chop here as well, just to mix it up a little bit in the build up. And now for the drop, I'm using the full vocal, the full length of the vocal for the first 8 bars.
You're like a smooth operator, your moves, you make me lose losing control, losing control. You're like a smooth operator. Your moves, you make me losing control, losing control.
And if you're interested for the drop, I just have some reverses, some filtered out kicks, and some pluck melodies. So yeah, not much going on here, to be honest. Now for the second part of the drop, I introduced the melody, but this time I've also made a pluck go with the melody of the chops. It's just quiet, just kind of there in the background to complement the vocals.
Losing control.
Right, and I've added a pluck sound which plays the rhythm of the bass notes but plays a counter melody to the notes. So where is it? Let me find it. Yeah, this is it. Right, so this is what it sounds like on its own. So if you play them two together, so this basically creates a melodic feel to the drop. I think it's necessary sometimes, just to spice it up just a little bit. Makes a difference. Okay, so it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do right after the drop, but I settled with a simple trap beat. Really nothing impressive. I've decided to layer a 1 octave pitch down vocal and a reverb vocal, which sounds super weird but kind of cool, I guess. So this is the pitch down vocal. It's obviously the full vocal playing, and then the reverse vocal effect, which sounds like this. So I'll show you how that's done. So what you're gonna do is add reverb, have an Edison under the reverb, and just maybe turn off the effects on the vocal, press record on play, and hit play. Okay, so once you have that recorded, you're just gonna drag it out, double click, reverse it. Obviously make sure to turn off the reverb on the master, and then this is what it should sound like.
You're like a smooth operator. Your moves, you make me losing control, losing control.
Okay, so now that you know how that's done, we're gonna continue. So I've basically just added a lot of effects. Yeah, it's reverb, delay, EQ. It's the same effects almost as on the main vocal, but I've just added stereo shaper on the main, for the balance for the side chain. Okay, so this is what it sounds like. Obviously we need the effects back on. Okay, so once the trap beat is done, you're gonna go back to the build-up using the melody again. So it's gonna be a melody and vocal chops at the same time. The melody is gonna be super filtered out, just so it would be in the background. standard build-up. And for the second drop, to keep it a bit more interesting, I've only left the non-sidechain bass for 2 bars. Yeah, I think it sounds kind of dope, and it keeps the listener kind of on their toes. They might be expecting a full drop here, but then it just doesn't hit right away. So this is what it sounds like.
You're like a smooth operator, your moves, you make me lose control.
I really like this bass line, so that's why I kind of I let the bass line shine just for a few seconds, just so people can appreciate it, I guess. And I've changed the pattern of the bass notes. It has a more movement than on the first drop. It just has more energy.
Make me lose control, lose control. You're like a smooth operator.
But mostly it's just, you know, the bass notes go an octave up and down. Second drop, it's just, you know, melody again. And also, since the bass notes have more notes, so does the pluck sound, and it just adds a nice touch to the whole track, I think. This project is available through the link in the description, but it is strictly only for educational purposes, unless you obviously change it up so much that it's unrecognizable. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this helped, and if it did, a sub to the channel would be highly appreciated. So yeah, good luck and have fun.